All right. What's up, everybody? About time I got back on here. Been away for a while. Lots of different things going on. Lots of traveling around and doing things, as well as just sometimes thinking about what I want to talk about that doesn't feel like I'm being redundant. So sometimes it's nice to just have a little fun, talk about something you find amusing, just entertain yourself. So here we go. So today I'm talking about a type list that comes from Ryan Petrello, also known as lamb sauce. Posted something there on the World Socionics Society Facebook group, which I thought was kind of fun, kind of worth talking about. As soon as I show it. So for ammo. Boom. Okay. So it's posted there. It's from his lamb sauce's Discord, the Youngle, which is up here. Put a link on there. If y'all are interested, it's another place where a lot of people go for Socionics. I know that lamb sauce is mostly he's more of a Model G guy, which, okay, I'm all right with that. I'm not a Model G person. However, I don't hate Model G people. I don't mind looking at their stuff. And I would encourage Model G people to come on out and talk about their Model G system more and, and so on, by all means. I just often feel too many of them are lurking in Discord servers and stuff and are not like presenting their shit. So that annoys me. But anyway, back to the fun. So this is a little list of some types he put out. We can just kind of talk about quickly because as you can see, there's a lot of people. I don't always know a lot of them, but there's some that I do. Now, one thing I found interesting, it makes me kind of curious about myself and how relevant it is to my type or not relevant, is how when I look at a list like this, which is full of celebrities of all kinds, you got a lot of musicians on here, you've got writers, you've got politicians, you've got historical figures, a couple of movie characters I think are floating around in here. I find it interesting that the things I'm most interested in tend to be more like historical figures, politicians, um, occasional some movie characters and so on. But musicians, some actors, I tend to be more, I'm like, I'm just, nah. Which I find funny because a lot of people usually are more interested in entertainers, actors, musicians, things like that, and they usually don't give a crap about historical figures or politicians, so on. So I find that kind of, as an interestingly unusual thing. Just thought. All right, so let's just kind of briefly run through some of these things. Yeah, I'm just going to start up here in the upper right area. So IEIs, our version of INFJs. Some of the people he's got on there, Michael Jackson, which I know Jack from World Socionics said he also has Michael Jackson as an IEI, and I've seen the arguments. It's like, okay, I'm with it. I'm all right with that. Kurt Cobain, moody ass Kurt Cobain. Possibly. Could be an EII. Johnny Depp, also possibly. Could be an EII as well, but I'm okay with that. Lana Del Rey, not sure. Hoosier, yeah. Joaquin Phoenix. That's interesting. Robert Pattinson, Lord, maybe. Kendrick Lamar, I have no idea. And I don't even know who this last person is. So, all right, so far, not bad. SLEs, Genghis Khan. I know Jack puts Genghis Khan as an SEE. Personally, I think I'd lean more towards SLE for Genghis Khan, given what he does, how he does it, the unusual battle tactics, how very rigid he is also with rules, which the Mongols really were. Discipline and rules and so on was paramount. It's almost like the Roman army over there. I mean, they would kill you if you violated a rule or something. So I kind of think SLE is probably more likely more than the SEE, but I'd love to hear arguments for both. I'd love to hear somebody talk about that. Go in details to why. What's your evidence? Jack Nicholson, it's a common one for SLE. Gregory Zukov or Georgy Zukov, whatever. Pretty much the name for SLE. Bill Burr, not sure, but interesting. Winston Churchill, so almost unanimously, everybody thinks so. Teddy Roosevelt, almost unanimously, people think so. I still wonder about SEE for him, but okay. Vince McMahon, not sure. Netanyahu, you know what? I think LSI works better for Netanyahu, and I'll probably talk about him later in a different thing. But I could see SLE, so really, I wouldn't have a problem between SLE and Netanyahu, LSI. Attila the Hun, again, makes sense for an SLE, kind of just like Genghis Khan. And not sure who that is. LSIs, love this. Miyamoto Musashi. I think that's possible. I haven't done enough to investigate that guy, but the samurai legend, the guy who writes the Book of the Five Rings and so on, be interesting. Christian Bale, don't really know enough. Maybe Malcolm X, absolutely, I agree. LSI. Bruce Lee, no, I do not agree. I think SEE for Bruce Lee. No, I got a video up on him myself. I know Jack also puts him as an SEE. Yeah, no. Putin, everybody agrees on that one. Sigmund Freud, don't know. Interesting. Xi Jinping, yes. LSI. Ted Kaczynski, yep. LSI. Stalin, yep. Don't know the last guy. Now, as I'm going through this, one of the things I really like to see is I really like it kind of when we run into certain types that are universally agreed upon. Really enjoy that. And the reason I say that is because it kind of shows that, okay, we have some benchmarked individuals that we can all use as the starting point, as a frame, as a common consensus to begin having a conversation about what this type really is. What is this type all about? What are we seeing consistently between these people? You know, to me, it drives me nuts when we everybody has types and people have all kinds of crazy shit, and there's just no consensus at all. There's no way we can even begin to have a conversation. It's like we're speaking different languages. So I do like it when we see certain consistency between people. It shows that we can at least have a conversation here. You know, Putin, Xi Jinping, Ted Kaczynski, Stalin, Malcolm X, you know, a whole lot of people that are widely agreed upon as being that type. And same goes over here and so on. So I like pointing that out. And I think most people should be aware that these are the people you want to look at if you're trying to understand that type, because these are the ones that are universally agreed upon by everybody. Okay, it's not a weird take. Okay. EIEs, David Bowie. Yeah. MLK Jr., again, universally agreed upon. Even if you're doing MBTI or something, everybody agrees. Shia LaBeouf, maybe. Tupac, yep. Steven Crowder, don't know. Kanye West, it's like a lot of people think so. And I think they're probably right. John Wilkes Booth, really? I would love to see the write-up on that one. I don't actually know what I would type the guy because I don't know enough about him, but that'd be interesting. Hitler, universally agreed upon. I don't know these last two guys. All right, slide over to the left. ESI. Now, I want to talk about this one because lamb sauce, dude, I don't know what you got going on when it comes to ESIs, but I gotta say, I love it. I fucking love it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to be in your head when it comes to ESIs, dude, because this is an absolutely sexy, heavenly list of women that you have here. Oh my God. This is like a Victoria's Secret prom. God, wow. Look at all these people. So ESIs, okay, you got Emma Watson, Rihanna, Kristen Stewart, Aubrey Plaza, Zendaya, even Michelle Obama. Woo. Literally got Victoria's Secret. I can't even pronounce her name right now. Beyonce, Jenna Ortega, and Hathaway, the princess herself. Like, oh my God. This is the pool party I want to go to. I don't even care what type they are. Oh my God. Now, really, most of these people you have on here, in fact, all of them, I could not really verify. I think they're ESIs. I'm not really sure though. I'm not really arguing against it. I'm just not entirely sure I'm convinced of all these. But like I said, I almost don't care because anything with Dan Hathaway is like, I'm in. I'm in, bro. Oh my God. Wow. Maybe that says something about me. Look at these ESI. Good God. Okay. Anyhow, moving on. LIEs. J.K. Simmons. No idea. Tucker Carlson. Nah, my impression with Tucker, I think Gamma probably works, in my opinion. I feel more like SEE though. I don't have a strong stance on that because I would need to do more evidence. And believe it or not, even though I often can argue intensely and sound like I really am all in, closed minded about a typing, I rarely am. I usually always leave the door open a little bit. I leave a little bit of possibility in my mind. It's like I could be wrong. I could have missed something. I could have interpreted something wrong. So yeah, I keep my door open. But Tucker Carlson, I feel SEE just kind of jumps out at me more. He kind of reminds me of like Alex Jones and people like this. Even his recent going to talk to Vladimir Putin, like he went over there and it's like it's just like a moron. Like he didn't do his homework on certain things. Yeah, and yeah, no. So let me not get bogged down on that one. I keep my maybe. I like Gamma Quadra. I'm not thinking LIE for him now. No. Tarantino, widely agreed upon. LIE. George Soros, Kimani and Kimani and Jack have gone to ILI for him, and I think that's a really good case. I'm vaguely familiar with George Soros and what he's all about, so I think ILI probably sounds more right. Peter Thiel, I don't know. Ray Dalio, I have no idea. Okay, John D. Rockefeller, I don't know. Howard Hughes, I can see that. Mm, not sure with either of these, so whatever. All right, ILIs. Schopenhauer, yeah, often thought of. Stephen King, also often thought of. Stanley Kubrick, possibly. George Orwell. Yeah, no, I'm not buying that one. Jack and World Socionics study have them as an IEE, actually, which is quite a difference. And I have to say, between the two, I'd probably think IE makes more sense. But again, I'm open to arguments. Isaac Newton, yeah, yeah, I lie. Lovecraft, that's fascinating. As an ILI, maybe. Murphy, I think SLI. So these two have a lot of overlap in the types. I think SLI makes more sense. He is a very reclusive, and I really don't give a fuck. FE Polar makes a lot of sense for him. Um, so, but I could see arguments either way. George R. Martin, ILI. That's an odd one. Uh, Often you'd see him more as an EII. And I'm a bit inclined, maybe more towards EII or something. ILI, the kind of way he writes his books and heavy character emphasis and so on, lots of characters to go through. Yeah, I'm not so convinced on ILI. But I see maybe they're thinking also about the power dynamics and stuff like that that go on in like Game of Thrones and so forth. So, whatever. Darwin, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think close. I've heard SLI be brought up for Darwin, and that might work. So I don't know. Sean Carroll, don't know. SEEs, okay. This is quite a amusing list of nothing but straight entertainers. Kind of stereotypical for SEEs. A little too stereotypical, I think. DiCaprio, I think, is commonly agreed upon. Nick Cannon, let's see why not. Miley Cyrus could be. Some say SLE. My boy Samuel Jackson. Maybe. You know, I was getting a lot of maybes. Drake. I think I saw uh, DJ Granville on his channel was typing Drake and went with EIE, and I kind of like that. Kind of like EIE more for Drake. So I'm gonna lean in that direction. Again, I'm still open to it. Margot Robbie. I don't think so. I don't know enough. Solomon, I think, has done Margot Robbie. I think he had her as like an ESC, which are two types that can be confused for each other. So I don't know if I'd put her as an SEE or an ESE. You know what? It's open. It's open. I might lean more towards ESE actually, but it's open. Brad Pitt. Usually you see him in other types, but yeah, I don't know about that. Nicki Minaj. That one I can see as SEE. And every day I'm hustling. Yeah, yeah. Probably. All right, let's drop down. Let's see what we got. LSEs, Thomas Edison, widely agreed upon by almost everybody now, Thomas Edison. So there's a good benchmark for that type. Tom Hanks, maybe. I would love to see that. Ted Cruz is an LSE. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He is one spineless son of a bitch. So can't agree with that. Mike Pence could be. Could be. Sean Hannity, don't really know if I agree with this one either. I think Sean Hannity might actually be an SEE or something like that. I could throw him also with some of these fools up here. Um, so not buying that one. Harry Truman, yes, I think LSE is probably on the money. Mike Rowe, yep, definitely agreed upon there. So another type widely agreed upon. Dawkins, also widely agreed upon as an LSE. So far great. Tim Cook, I don't know. Gordon Ramsay, controversial. Some people say LSE, some people say LIE. Um, there's some good arguments to be made. I still think that Jack's argument from World Socionics Society is a better one for why Gordon Ramsay is actually an LIE who developed the SE, and it's got that ragey, crazy SE that you're not. I don't see that in LSEs. That's my opinion. I have to talk about that type more, but that's where I'm at with that one. So, EIIs, Marcus Aurelius, widely agreed upon as an EII, and fascinating for a Roman emperor to be EII, but like it. J.K. Rowling, EII, a lot of people agree on that one. So I like it. Mr. Rogers, I think, yeah, I think that's agreed upon as well. Fyodor Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment and so on. He is basically the poster child for EII. Amy Adams, I don't know, but okay. Frank James, are you talking about the YouTuber? Which he normally considers of INFJ in the MBTI world. So, I mean, he could be EII. That's not crazy. So, yeah, maybe. Tolkien, that's interesting. Usually thought of as an NT, like an LII NT, not an EII. I'm inclined to think that LII makes more sense. In fact, one of my criticisms with Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings and all that is that his characters are boring as shit. They are dry as fuck. He makes a lot of great events. He does a lot of world building, a lot of languages, all this stuff he gets into. But The characters, it's a kind of a boring sausage fest in there. So I would expect more from an EII. I'm not digging it. Not digging it. Yeah. So I would throw him over in the LII camp. Tolstoy, I don't know. Miyazaki, widely agreed upon EII. Dave Rubin, no idea. The IEEs, the ENFPs over here. Pete Davidson, from what little I do know of him, sounds probably right. Tyler the Creator, no idea. Stephen Colbert, maybe. Seth Rogen, maybe. It's a whole lot of maybes, and probably Michael Moore and Sarah Silverman are the only ones I kind of have a better idea of who I'm talking about. And both are likely IEEs. So, yeah. SLIs, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I'm good with him as an SLI. I could totally see that. Johnny Cash, maybe, yeah, maybe. Jack Dorsey, Clint Eastwood, sometimes put as an LSI. I think Jack has him as an LSI. Obviously, those types look alike quite a bit, so you could kind of go either way with this. Yeah, so I'm kind of open for both. I'd like to hear arguments. Calvin Harris, Tony Hawk, Harrison Ford, widely agreed upon. SLI, I would say it's a very good one. So another good benchmark. Hugh Grant, maybe. These other guys, Epicurus, really. Mm. I'd consider it. I don't know if I'm convinced. I'd have to think about Epicurus. All right, down here. My alphas. ILEs, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is a poster child for fucking ENTPs. Like, he's about as like conventional, obvious ENTP as it gets. Ryan Reynolds, possibly. If not, he'd probably get thrown into the IEE group. NE is definitely sounds about right. Dave Chappelle, possibly. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. It's not doesn't seem like too hard to sell for ILE. Trey Parker, don't know. Bill Hader, don't really know. Daniel Tosh, possibly also. Socrates, almost always considered ILE by everybody. Larry David, Philip Seymour, Jonah Hill. I think Jonah Hill is an SEI with Jack and World Socionics Society. Definitely agree he's a alpha type. Not sure about ILE, not sure, but definitely within this alpha area. I probably would rather throw him an SEI though. But again, I'm open. I'm open to that. SEIs, Ed Sheeran, maybe, whatever. Timberlake as an SEI. That's I would not have expected it. But not against it either. Selena Gomez, maybe Paul McCartney. Yeah, I would probably throw him. Yeah, yeah. Ryan Gosling, okay, fine. Billie Eilish, I don't know. Barack Obama as an SEI. Mm, yeah, no, I'm not. No, I'm not buying that one. Not buying that one. Jack throws him as a IEI. So these types often very close, have a lot in common, get mixed up for each other a lot. You know what? If I had to pick one that makes more sense to me, I think IEI makes more sense for Barack Obama. So I would throw him over there. Like, yeah. The Weekend, I don't know. Flume and Mordecai, I don't even have fucking ESEs. Robin Williams, widely agreed upon in Socionics world as an ESE. I like it. Jimmy Fallon, probably. Joe Biden, I do like Joe Biden as an ESE. Yeah. Some people might think EIE. No, with what I've seen with Joe Biden, I think ESE is probably in there. I throw Justin Trudeau also from Canada. Throw him in ESE as well. So yeah, Will Ferrell. Alpha sounds about right, but I don't know. He does have a bit of a reputation being a bit of an asshole. but he could very well be ESE as well, so it's fine. Wendy Williams, don't know. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Yep, ESE, definitely. Oh, Taylor, Tay Tay. Okay, Tay Tay. I definitely like ESE more for Tay Tay. I would totally throw her in there. I strongly, enthusiastically, overwhelmingly, I have a really hard time seeing how Jack types her as an EII. I've made my own videos on that. She is she is so outrageously social and engaging with the audience constantly. This girl will do a concert and the same night be out with 3, 4 of her celebrity friends out on the town getting pictures. So much energy, such a self-starter. This girl like puts out like 2 albums a year. I mean, I even just saw some other video of her in an interview where she was being very feisty, confrontational sounding, like argumentative with this other guy that she was being interviewed with. I mean, she's dated like so many people. I mean, it's super social, and yeah, I just don't buy the arguments for her being an EII. I find that to be very very weak, and I don't see the so-called depth in her music that she's super deep, telling you about her diary that she's playing. No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. So to me, I like ESE a lot for Tay Tay. Julia Bowen, I don't know who that is. John Cena, I don't know that much about him, but this probably sounds right. Very similar to The Rock. He's trying to become the Rock in a lot of ways. Yeah. Jessica Alba, yeah. ESE sounds about right. If not that one, she might be an SEI, but yeah, most def. LIIs, Jesse Eisenberg. I don't know. Anyway, Carl Jung, interesting. Threw him in the LII camp. People always love to argue about Carl Jung. Uh, you can see the TI, you can see lots of NI, you can see some NE going on. You see a lot of that stuff. So, I mean, LII makes a lot of sense. Very, very plausible, but highly debated. Roger Penrose, yeah, LII probably makes a lot of sense. Immanuel Kant is like a poster child for LIIs. So another benchmarked, absolutely. Sam Harris, some would throw him in the LIE camp. Uh, I know Jack does. So far, I kind of like LIE more, but I'd like to see the arguments for LII, but I don't think I put him there. I'd probably put him here. Oh God, Plato, Plato. This mother. So Plato, I think, could be LII. I've seen him posted a lot as an IEI, and I kind of like IEI for him more. But he could be one or the other. I just Plato drives me fucking batshit crazy. I hate his whole concept on the republic and a structured society where everything is great and kumbaya and it's all orderly and hierarchical and all that. It sounds so beta. It's so beta and like crazy TI, like TI gone off the fucking rails. I just I fucking hate Plato. Let's put it that way. I hate that motherfucker. I hate that guy. He's been dead for what 3,000 years, and I fucking hate that son of a bitch. Like just because he wrote the Republic. You know what? Just because of that, Plato, fuck you. Can't stand you. Cannot believe you buy into that Republic bullshit. It's awful, awful, awful. Can you feel my fucking passion? Awful. Edward Snowden as an LII. That's odd. That's an odd typing, but I'm open to it. Alan Turing, the cryptologist for the Brits, I believe. Maybe. Don't know enough to really be able to type them, but okay. Sam Altman, don't know enough. And Matthew O'Dowd, I don't know enough either. So, okay. Anyway, that's just kind of running down this list, having a little fun with it. By all means, for those of you who watch this, who go through it, hopefully this was entertaining for some of you. I didn't bore the shit out of you. And if so, feel free to drop some comments. What do you all think of this list? some of the things I mentioned on here. Anything jump out at you that you agree with, don't agree with? Um, for those of you who have your own little YouTube channels and so on, I encourage you to put your own 2 cents on this. You know, what you think, which one stood out to you, what's your reasoning. If you want to just give a casual breakdown like I did, or if you want to go in depth on typing some of these people, by all means, encouragement. All right, let's have some discussion. So again, this was Ryan Lamb Sauce from his Youngle Discord server. Like I said, he does Model G a lot. I'm glad to see still, even though he's doing Model G, there's a lot of types in here that we all agree on, which is wonderful. There are some types here that I disagreed with, but there's a bunch in here that, you know what, are reasonable. They're reasonable typings. He could be right. So it's nothing out of this world. And there's, you know, probably only a couple of people that I strongly disagreed with. And when there's only 2 or 3 people you strongly disagree with, maybe, I don't know, what was 3 or 4 people, I don't think there's many out of this long list of people he's got on here. We have 30, 40 names on here, and I only disagree with 3 or 4. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. We have a lot of alignment going on, and that's what I like there. So yeah, so there's that. So again, by all means, feel free, like, subscribe, drop your comments, and I'm glad to be back. Hopefully you think it's glad to see me back, and you know, on to the next thing. So thank you all.